A hearty greeting, a shiny of computer science and engineering department. I'm privileged to get an opportunity to take part in tech-based design thinking. The topic which I made up in my mind is women safety. Do you feel women has safety? If you ask me, I would say no. Nowadays, in our country, we can see increasing number of violences against women. I assure that you may feel frightened or intimidated someday when walking out alone as a woman, right? Or you might have wondered what you should do if someone attacks you. The sad reality is that we live in an increasingly violent society in which the fear of crime is ever present. Personal safety has become an issue of importance for everyone, but especially for women. Right from the time of birth or even before, a girl could become victim of a crime or target of a crime. There are different kinds of tools that is being used by the male dominated society to prove their domination over the female, like eve teasing, sexual harassment, rape, domestic violence against women. These are some weapons used by the male to display the male superiority. This is one of the prime reason violence is increasing in India and women's safety is a concern in India. I think we all remembered Nirbhaya case. The 23-year-old victim, a psychotherapy intern who had dreamed of being a doctor and had asked her parents to use her wedding money for her education, came to be known as Nirbhaya, the fearless one. Her death from the injuries she sustained in the attack sparked uncomfortable discussions about the abuses that countless Indian women suffer every year. And the only best thing happened last year is justice for this case. Four men found guilty of the gang rape and murder of this 23-year-old woman on a bus in the Indian capital Delhi has been hanged on 20th March 2020. The hangings were the last step in the brutal December 2012 rape case that stunned across the nation, brought thousands of protesters out on the streets, and made global headlines for weeks. There have been celebrations outside the prison where the execution took place with many chanting death to rapists. But will it make women any safer in India? Answer is obviously no. And that's because despite the increased scrutiny of crimes against women since December 2012, similar violent incidents have continued to make headlines in India. According to government data, thousands of rapes takes place every year, and the numbers have been consistently rising over the years. Many women don't report of being assaulted because they are ashamed or being of stigma associated with sexual crimes or being because they are afraid that they will not be believed. Even so, the daily newspapers are full of horrific reports of violations, and it seems no one is safe. A victim could be an 8-month-old or a septuagenarian. She could be a rich or poor or middle class. An assault could take place in a village or the big city, inside her hometown, or on the street. And there are everywhere, lurking in homes, playgrounds, schools, and the streets, waiting for an opportunity to strike. In November, a 27-year-old vet was gang raped and murdered in the city of Hyderabad. Later, her body was set on fire. And a few days later, in Unano district in the northern state of Uttar Pradesh, a woman was set on fire while she was on her way to testify against her alleged rapist. She sustained 90% burns and died in hospital 3 days later. All these cases, the brutality of the abuse, the entertainment displayed by men in power, do not give women much confidence. By means of an individualist, it is our responsibility to stand and support each other to stop violence against women. These incidents have reflected on a systemic change that was needed, and the lack of the data was marking the issue invisible. There is an app called My Safety Pin, which introduces CrowdMap for anonymous reporting of such violence. My Safety Pin app, it is a free app, and also it is available on both the Play Store and App Store, and it is a personal safety app that helps to make safer decisions about the mobility based on the safety source of an area. The app uses crowdsourcing to collect data. At the core of the app, we have the safety audit, which is a tool to analyze a given area based on the physical and social infrastructure parameters. The user can contribute to a better understanding of the city doing a safety audit through the app. And the greatest mission of this app is to build a world where everyone can move around without fear, especially women and other excluded groups. Safety Pin collects primary data on women's safety in public spaces at night on the basis of 9 parameters. They are lighting, availability of enough light to see all around you, openness, ability to see and move in all directions, visibility, windows, shops, buildings, entrances, windows, and balconies from where you can be seen, people, number of people around you, security, presence of police or safety guards, walk path, either a pavement or road with space to walk, public transport, availability of public transport like metro, buses, autos, rickshaws, gender usage, presence of women and children near you, feeling, how safe do you feel? Not only the parameters, there are amazing features in this app which make safer decisions for your mobility. The one of the best feature is safety audit. This step can be done in 1 minute. You have to rate each of the 9 parameters accordingly to your location. And also, there is an option to add an image and comment. And the next one, nearby. You can view the cafes, shops, markets, hospitals, etc. near you and find a comfortable place to wait in case you are in an unsafe area. This feature is great while waiting for a cab or for someone to come get you. Safest route. You can see both options for a safest route based on its safety by entering a destination in the selection bar. Tracking. It accesses personal GPS tracker, allows to be tracked and auto tracks the loved one. And the last one, find support. If you are facing violence and not sure where to go, then this feature helps to find support around you. Safety pin methodology is based on multiple methods for data collection, processing, and presentation or information for decision making. And let me tell you how this flowchart works. Crowdsourcing and decision making to My Safety Pin app. It helps to select a place to stay based on the safety source of the neighborhood by means of driving or walking using the safest route, and helps to find the nearest safe place and heading there, and by asking a friend to track them and get notification if there is a problem. And also it receives notifications when in an unsafe place. Collecting project specific data using the Safety Pin Site app. Improving safety in urban spaces is also linked to usability of spaces. Governments are increasingly concerned about walkability, accessibility, and functionality of public spaces. This app can be customized for each project to collect additional information required by governments. It accesses bus stop functionality of public toilets, last mile connectivity from metro stations, and so on. Safety Pin Night is used by trained associates who visit the locations defined in the project and take pictures and complete a custom form that defined and allows a wide range of type from multiple choice to descriptions. This information is geo and time tagged and uploaded into our servers for processing. Enhancing information using data from other sources. Map based. Many governments today have GIS applications and have access to data layers on a wide variety of parameters. Safety pin data is also geotagged and can be combined with data from other map layers to enhance decision making. Simple applications can overlay jurisdictions on safety data, for example, municipal ward boundaries or police station coverage areas. It can be combined with traffic data to identify places where usage would improve with better infrastructure. And information also can be combined with tourist spots to improve tourist footfalls. Urban models and dashboards. This provides the geographic information system environment with required data. It allows the government to view the data dynamically and we make custom visualizations to display data for each point. There is possibility to update data in places where they have made changes happen. In specific cases, team can work with all data sources to create dynamic models to help government take specific decisions. Hence, if a government were to want to add a bus stop based on presence of people and distance from another bus stop, that can be modeled. Along with model, safety pin builds dashboards for governments. Dashboards show summary information, exceptions, trends, and various charts and graphs to show progress of improvement initiatives. Again, these dashboards can be customized as needed. Analysis and reports. At the start of every project, Safety Pin works with stakeholders to define the specific outcomes they want and then defines the outputs from the assignment. Urban planners design the project so that the appropriate data is captured. Once the data collection is completed, they build custom maps and apply different visualizing techniques. In most cases, the project has a clear set of recommendations for cities to implement. And lastly, I would like to conclude that with an intent to make public spaces safer for women, this idea originated from the fear that women and girls unsafe experience for numerous reasons. The app is very reasonable to share one's experience in a public space. It gives awareness to people by pinning the creep. And there is also tag that pin the creep in the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and etc. This whole idea is to make cities safer for women and encourage more women to be out. So you are safe with My Safety Pin app. Thank you.